So, Toxic Avenger, I watched Toxic Avenger Part 2 recently, and it was a strange movie, but for Shud September, I thought I'd go back and watch the whole thing, the whole franchise, as much as possible, which is on Shudder, which is the first 4 movies. I did want to see a new movie, but I didn't manage to, or haven't yet, because it's only on here in Wickham, which is about an hour away by bus, and it's on 8:40 at night, and I can't really be bothered to go see it that time. So I thought I'd go back and watch it from the start. So I actually was a guy who owned some of the toys when I was younger and watched the cartoon, but I remember ever watching the live action version. And yeah, here's my thing for this. I don't think it's good. I think the fact that it's called a cult classic says more about the state of like low budget sort of cult horror in the 80s more than anything, because this is not a cult classic by any stretch of imagination. But I think it's definitely a movie of 2 halves. The first half, well, 3/3, I guess, like 33% each. I think the first part, okay. So I think the first part is crap. It's the part where before he becomes Toxic Avenger and it's all teenage stuff. I think it's crap, and it's really badly acted and shot and directing. I know it's going for an over-the-top approach, but it's still really crap because it's not funny in the slightest. That's the problem. If you're not funny with this sort of movie, then all you got is everything else, and that ain't what people really want. So I don't think that's a particularly good part. I think it's crap. I think you could brush through that in 5 minutes. It's very trauma, which is they don't really seem to ever actually have scripts, because this has a script. It was an embarrassing script, to be honest. So that part's crap. The next part is like where he's attacking people, and that's kind of also a bit crap, to be honest. And then when they introduce Sarah, love interest, it actually starts getting reasonably good, because there's a few good gags, there's a sweet chemistry between them, and it's something to latch on to. And if this was actually made by a proper movie company, they would have had that element throughout the movie, rather than just the tiny part. I know what people are going to say. It's like, no, but it's trauma, it's meant to be offensive. And so I'm like, yeah, I can do offensive, I can't deal with bad. And a lot of this movie is bad. That part that fuels us through the last part of the movie is actually pretty good. And I think the reason it's pretty good is that the woman playing Sarah is far, far better than she should be, or has any right to be in this role. So that's pretty cool. I like that dynamic. I think they could have done more with that, but they didn't. Also, the other thing that gets me is this movie is it feels like it's trying to be a bit straighter than Toxic Avenger 2. And look, I didn't really like Toxic Avenger Part 2 first time I watched it, but I did watch it without context of this, and in retrospect, I would give the movie Toxic Avenger Part 2 a higher mark, because, look, you get 2 routes to this. Either you can make a genuinely good version, which looks like they might have made in modern day one, or you can just go overboard with the stupidity and camp, but also do a good job with it, and I feel like this movie doesn't do that. I also think it's kind of misleading that this is the cover of the movie, because none of that's reflecting the actual movie proper. And I think one of the reasons Toxic Avenger is taking off is because it's a bit like Jason and Michael. Like, the idea and the realization that people have of characters, not how characters started. And I think a lot of the affection people have for the Toxic Avenger is the cartoon and the action figures, because this live action movie is not good at all. It's not a very good movie in the slightest, and I think it really cements one of my issues with Troma, where they just throw everything at the wall, and there's no real style or quality to any of it. It's just like, hey, look at this wacky shit. I mean, the bit with the gags about the Sunday, the food gags, where it's sort of like, he's a warm Sunday, and it's sort of like, it's just words. You need to have better execution than this. So yeah, I don't think this was particularly good. I think I'd go for a 2, because I thought some parts elevated the movie higher, but I thought it was just not succeeding what it was going for in the slightest. And if you told me if I was watching like these sort of movies when this came out, because obviously this isn't 18, and you told me that in 38 plus years, whatever, that this be a viable franchise, I'd laugh at you, because this is just, no, it's not good. It's not good. But in saying that, it's still high up on the list of trauma movies, which some of them are generally fucking awful. Excuses for cinema, but what can you do? That's my review. I'll be back tomorrow for Toxic Avenger Part 2.